at the starting lineups. Kel, the aforementioned Malik Pope is their leading scorer. On the other side, Rob Gray, 18.5 points and 145 assists on the season. Brian Dutcher, first year, San Diego State's head coach. Most wins among Division I first-year coaches. And we already talked about Kelvin Sampson on the other side. In his fourth year, 82 wins for the Cougs. Anthony Jordan tosses it up. Kelly Pfeiffer and Larry Spalding are other two officials, and here we go. Game one of the night session in round one of the Midwest region in Wichita. Davis, jumper off the mark. Rebound to Devin Watson.
Watson, with that water bug speed, will look to push the ball in transition.
He pushed it all the way to miss the shot. Devin Davis with the rebound. Here's Gray. Ooh, quick first step, and he had it blocked. Looking for a goaltending call, didn't get it.
McDaniels with that length.
And he walked. Jalen McDaniels, leading rebounder for this team.
Well, the length looked like it hit the window. Would have been goaltending. Bang, bang play. Tough for the officials. We get to replay it.
Gray with Kel on him, as Evan said would be the matchup. Ten on the shot clock. Gray pull up. Three's off the mark. McDaniels with a rebound.
Came off the hand awkwardly there. Didn't have the rotation that he'd prefer.
Watson looking for a pick from Pope. Gets it back to him. Pope fake the three. The 15-footer's off the mark, and Davis will clear the glass. Trying to loft one up there, and it's an air ball as Kel pulls it down.
Yeah, both teams taking some forced shots.
Whoa, what a lob, and what a one-handed catch by McDaniels.
Made it look easy, too. That's a one-hand catch and guide it into the rim.
That's the length you were talking about. We were talking about it defensively, but he would have never caught that had he not been 6'10" with a 7+ wingspan.
Like octopus tentacles here, and what a pass by Devin Watson from half court. How about hand-eye coordination? Wow.
Watson all the way to the baseline. Back out to Pope. He'll try the jumper and got it. Just inside the three-point line. So their leading scorer, averaging about 13 a game, gives the Aztecs a 4-0 lead.
Now, Pope and McDaniels, both outstanding length and good feet. That's why this Aztec defense so tough to score upon.
Davis a little bit off balance, but he buried the jumper.
Good Davis. Yeah, got the sneakers organized, lined it up. Good lift on that jumper.
Pope again, and he'll lob it underneath. Not enough on that pass, not enough lift. Heat check out there, and Mitchell fouls Corey Davis, and he'll go to the line for three.
Coach Dutcher not happy with that call. Cougars advancing the ball through the air. Wow. Didn't see it. Straight up.
Pretty good defense.
No contact.
Might have still been shuffling with his right foot, but that's a tough one. And Davis at the free throw line.
I think Coach Dutcher on that shot had a better angle than the official. That's why he was outraged.
He's still talking about it, right? Corey Davis Jr. out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Here's Coach Dutcher's reaction on that foul call on the three-pointer. No, he did not, I believe. I'm reading lips correctly.
You know, everyone has adrenaline in these first-round NCAA tournament games. Officials also got the vital signs north, and they're being evaluated. The degree of scrutiny, because it's become such a popular worldwide event.
So 5 straight points has given Houston its first lead. Clean jumper. Can't get it to go. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Breon Brady. So it's going to be out to the Aztecs. Tracy Morgan is the last OG. It's a new comedy coming to TBS on April 3rd.
You're an OG. My OG.
Pope, nobody got in his way. He said thanks very much.
Yeah, good catch. Right in the heart of the defense. Good area to operate from at the free throw line. One bounce and just stretches out for the flush.
Fade away from the free throw line. Faded too much for Devin Davis.
Good contest, high hands on all shots. San Diego State team tough to score upon.
Trey Kell on a runner, got it and won.
Well, Pope with this catch at the high post. Again, one bounce, covers a lot of real estate. Jams one home, and the nice little spin move. Maneuvering, navigating, chance for the old-fashioned three-point play for Kell.
Trey, the senior out of San Diego. Chance for a three-point play. One of 6 active players in the country that's got over 1,300 points, 500 rebounds, 300 assists, and 153s. That's pretty well-rounded.
When you're playing against this kind of length, you got to put a body on these long Aztecs because they can play volleyball with the best of them. There's another example.
Long Karam gives them a fresh shot clock. Watson, the quick crossover. Out to Mitchell. That's short on a 3. Gray is coming down 1-on-3 right now. He's just going to loft it up there himself.
Pretty. Runner, teardrop. Good lift on that shot. See San Diego State trying to post up. There's the quick double.
And Pope throws it away. Nice passing lane play by Davis. He gets it a hand in transition. And the Cougars score on the break.
Well, good anticipation off the ball on that double team. Aggressive by the Cougars. Leads to that steal and run out. Both these teams, Brad, like to trap on post catches.
And there's one. Kick out. McDaniels will try 3. Got it.
Wow.
I don't mean to laugh, but that's only his 4th three-pointer of the year.
Well, stepping up. Tournament bringing out the best.
And a push on the inside. That'll give us our first break with 14:27 remaining first half. Jalen McDaniels dropping a triple. 11-9 Aztecs.
Well, take a look off the ball. Impressive defense by Corey Davis Jr. We're going to see the trap by San Diego State. And on this looping, soft cross-court pass, Corey Davis reads it like a defensive back, gets the steal, transition bucket, the finish by Glenn Robinson Jr.
San Diego State by 2. And Houston looking to tie it up on this trip. Having trouble getting it in right now. Gray has a look over to Calvin Sampson. Feeds the post on the inside. Kick out for 3, and it goes. Galen Robinson. And Houston's got a 1-point lead back. So we've had 5 lead changes here in the opening 6 minutes.
Aztecs will have to close out on Galen Robinson, take away that airspace.
And a walk on Max Montana. More than 37 million viewers have made the Alienist cable's newest phenomenon. Don't miss the Alienist. All new Mondays at 9 on TNT. Opening 6 minutes of the game. Cougars a 1-point lead. Their leading scorer, Rob Gray, just one bucket so far. Boy, it's lightning quick on that crossover dribble. He does draw a crowd, though, including right there, and a turnover. Great job defensively by the Aztecs, but they give it right back. Hemsley stole it and then gave it back to the Cougars.
A good scramble defensively by the Cougars to get back.
Jumper outside by Fabian White. And Houston's got a 3-point lead. Trey Kell fadeaway baseline. Tough shot.
Boy, pretty looking shot off the bounce. Again, the size advantage that San Diego State has is what they'll try and exploit against the Cougars.
Davis works to the free throw line for that shot and got it.
Boy, over Rooks.
Good mid-range jump shots right now so far for Houston.
Yeah, good judgments. Instead of taking it all the way in, shooting a contested shot. That mid-range shot, when it's open on balance, is high percentage.
Hemsley's going to try one of his own, and Rob Gray with a rebound. And he'll pull up the three. Yes.
Boy, in transition, under control, on balance. The Aztecs slow to close out. Got to stop the ball in transition.
Houston trailed early by 4, and now they got a 6-point lead.
Boy, nice answer.
Max Montana. Both teams around 50% from the floor. Hook shot too strong off the window by Zana. Good game early. 11.5 to go first half. Rob Gray, all AAC player, he's showing you why with that three. Zook, that was pretty. Very pretty. There's the matchup there in the East. Stephen F. Austin and Texas Tech. I got a kick out of the ass of the kids from Stephen F. Austin the other day at the news conference. What's F stand for in Stephen F. Austin? All 5 of them looked at each other as if the person that asked the question was crazy. And finally, one of them said fun. It's actually Stephen Fuller Austin, who was the founder of Texas, but that's a history lesson for you. Montana on the inside, speaking of states.
Impressive research as well. Wow, digging real deep.
Cougars by 1 at the 11-minute mark of the half.
And both teams shoot 50%. They found their rhythm offensively. Good ball movement, looking for matchups they can take advantage of.
Fabian White was stripped inside. Cougars turn it over.
Been better off shooting that hook shot.
Aztecs can regain the lead if that three goes. Rebound off to Armani Brooks. And we got Rob Gray, I think, for a moving screen. And they got somebody. It was Rob. So he picks up his first foul. First round coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship begins tomorrow at noon on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. For more information on the game times and listings, go to ncaa.com.
Is that the sunlight coming from behind? The basketball gods shining down on this court.
Aztecs turn it over in a hurry in transition. Whoa, look out. And big collision underneath, trying to get a rebound. The foul is obviously going to be on Zana. Trying to come up with an offensive rebound. He takes Montana down to the deck with him.
A couple fouls there where better judgment is what Kelvin Sampson would have preferred.
Check in with Evan.
As Pope and McDaniels come back in this game, this has been part of the Aztecs' run. They've been able to rest those two more the last 5 or 6 games. And they feel like Brian Dutcher feels like they can take advantage of their depth in this game against a shorter bench, not too short for Houston.
And part of their bench, Jeremy Helmsley, just scored on a nice drive inside off the window.
everyone on the floor for San Diego State can create, shot make, play make, puts a lot of pressure on opponents defensively.
Aztecs back in front now by 1. And losing the handle and losing it out of bounds, Corey Davis. One bad bounce, gives it right back to San Diego State.
Well, Davis was trying to back down Watson, but a turnover for the Cougars.
I think Coach Sampson just let him know that probably wasn't the play, so he'll sit.
Sometimes when you sit, you slow down, take a deep breath, see the game with more clarity on the bench. Then when you come in, you're calibrated the right way.
Watson pull up. Did he walk? No, it was an offensive foul.
We've seen
on Daniels.
A couple offensive fouls here. That's a point of emphasis because of officials trying to clean up that physical action at the point of the ball.
There's McDaniels with a moving screen, takes Rob Gray to the floor with him.
And Gray sold it well. That's again a veteran move. Acting as though you're tangled up with the screener, more likely to get the foul.
Could have been a three-point attempt by Robinson, but it was a tough catch. Not quite where he wanted it. 10 on the shot clock for Gray. Pull up. Yes, just inside the three-point line.
And that was well contested by Hemsley. Speaks to the accuracy, the shooting ability of Gray.
We seesaw back and forth as Houston's in front again. Cal the lob trying to get into McDaniels. There was traffic in there, and Devin Davis got a hand on it.
Doesn't have blinding speed, but because of his tight handles, the ability to create off the bounce with both his left and right hand. And
got really good lift. Yeah. He shoots that baby once he's off the floor. Gets good elevation on his jump shot. Look out.
Sometimes I almost feel it's an advantage to play at a pace where you can make the correct judgments and see the game slow down some. Here's an example with his passing.
McDaniels rips down the miss, and Watson coming down court in a hurry. And offensive foul. Nice job by Galen Robinson of holding his ground.
Robinson set up, was planted. Watson, an example of going too quickly. And that's when you tend to make mistakes.
We said he was fast. In that case, it didn't help him. Had a little trouble with the brakes, I think.
No doubt.
7th turnover suffered by San Diego State. And man down. Gray's going to take advantage of it, take it to the rack. He'll go to the free throw line. Hemsley, his man, slipped out there, and it became a 5-on-4. Number 32 took advantage of that in a hurry.
Well, man down, had the advantage. The metrics. Hemsley just loses his footing. Gray alertly realizing there was a lane in front of him, takes it to the hoop, draws the foul.
Watch live games on your computer, phone, your tablet, your streaming device, whatever it might be with NCAA March Madness Live. Watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app today. Rob Gray out of Forest City, North Carolina. Second straight year he was All-American Athletic Conference. Leading scorer, leads the team in assists. Second in free throw shooting for the Cougars. And he's going to get a little breather there after those free throws.
Yeah, he won't be out long. They've got that timeout coming on next dead ball, so he'll get a couple seconds and then the full timeout, be ready to go after the commercial break.
Hope draws a double team immediately, now faces the basket. Off balance shot, drawing a foul though is Watson. And that'll be on Corey Davis. Good game, seesaw and back and forth. 3-point lead for Houston. If you're snowbound somewhere, we apologize, but it's really nice in Wichita. And it's been a great host city so far. Tournament summary, the higher seeds doing well. 7 of 8 right now. 71 3-point attempts between the Jackrabbits and the Buckeyes. We had almost that many fouls in our game earlier today, but that's a different story. Kansas advanced in game 1 here in the Midwest, and they will meet Seton Hall on Saturday. So we're just straightening out the other game on Saturday. The winner of this one will meet the winner of the Montana-Michigan nightcap here. That's the first point for Devin Watson.
Watson, the transfer from the University of San Francisco. Creator, shot maker.
And they got to push inside on the rebound. Malik Pope's first foul. So now we'll see how the Cougars do without Rob Gray on the floor here. Corey Davis. Good rebound by Trey Kell. Montana likes it out there. Missed the 3. Good up and down the floor. Not that every shot's dropping, but we're not waiting for a shot clock for the most part here.
Yeah, I'll go out on a limb and say this has been the most entertaining game that we've had today at this regional site.
A lot of lead changes. We had 1 tie at 4-4. 7 lead changes, in fact. Hook shot. Nice move in the paint by Devin Davis.
Davis takes his time, uses that dribble to back down, and sees no help is coming by the Aztecs, so why not?
Cougars in front by 4 as we're under the 7-minute mark in the first half. Kell tried to bounce pass, almost had it stolen, and then Pope says, there's nobody in front of me again. Malik Pope with 6, including 2 slam dunks here in the first half.
Stretch Armstrong stretching it out. Our younger audience will have to Google, do a search on who Stretch Armstrong is.
You gave me a Tom Seaver early, now it's Stretch Armstrong.
I haven't gone 1940s yet on it.
Devin Davis, back-to-back buckets.
Wise for the Cougars to go back to Davis after he'd hit that hook shot in the lane, milk it, the hot hand, go back to a teammate that's feeling good.
We're doing pretty well without Rob Gray on the floor, and he's at the scorer's table if we get a stoppage before the media timeout. Hemsley, left hand, no good, and the rebound is Houston's. Three-pointer, too strong, and Pope with the rebound.
Good idea, though. Shot didn't go down, but quick hot potato, ball reversal, find the open man.
Watson, up off the window. Nice drive, didn't quite get the finish. And en route to the basket, Corey Davis draws a foul.
Breakneck pace, as you said, not all the shots going down, but pedal to the metal, high octane. So we take a look at that Pope dunk. Houston gambles, Pope able to split both defenders and finds himself wide open for the jam.
So Corey Davis will step back to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
We call this the pivot pass, tear Fanny, first team to 100 pace.
And 4 for 4 for Corey. You can't teach speed until now. Bleacher Report, get alerts for your teams and scores before anyone else. Download the app now. Corey Davis Jr., one of several juniors on this team. I think Cougars lead the country in juniors. They got Corey Davis Jr., they got Galen Robinson Jr., they got Fabian White Jr., they got Chris Harris Jr. And they've got a 6-point lead right now, which matches their biggest advantage. And another one of those juniors picks up the foul.
Impressed with Corey Davis. His physicality, stout, defensively guards the ball well, and offensively aggressive on all catches. Works well without the basketball, using teammates to free himself up. But when he does get catches, puts it on the deck.
Doesn't take long for these guys to put a shot up. As I said, I haven't mentioned the shot clock in 15 minutes so far. Maybe once. Watson. Three's off the mark. Rebound to Brooks.
Launching a lot of missiles and rockets. Send it up to the clouds.
Rob Gray dribbling through traffic to bring it back on top.
When you play at this pace, Brad, definitely helps your recruiting. People wouldn't want to play this way. Yeah, this style, this brand of basketball.
Kell, pull-up triple. Halfway down and comes out. Gray with a rebound. He goes down 1 on 4 and draws a foul.
We talked about the craftiness of Gray, the understanding, the ability to draw fouls. Certain players have that gift, a propensity to get themselves to the charity stripe and to add points to help their team's cause.
Wow, that's a tough foul on Matt Mitchell. That was his 3rd. And a rarity in that Rob Gray missed a free throw. Watson hung in the air a little too long to try to lift that thing up.
Watson's taken the ball aggressively to the basket, but just hasn't been able to pay it off with finishes. Sometimes making those shots more difficult than necessary.
That's exactly what he did right there.
Going for the degree of difficulty. Just get the 2 points.
4-minute mark. Almost a turnover there. Gray snatches it though, and he's going to take it himself and score. Lead swells to 8. That's the biggest.
Use the body well there, taking it to the rim against the bigs.
Aztecs right now scoreless in their last 5 trips. They need a bucket here. They at least got a foul. Timeout. 3:37 remaining in the first half. Rob Gray leading the way with 11. Cougars by 8. Aztecs, Mountain West Conference champions. Here's our game summary. They're down 8 right now. We were swapping leads back and forth and back and forth. Houston 7 out of 8 from the free throw line has helped their cause as Rob Gray's led the way with 11. Both teams in the bonus right now, and Trey Kell stepping up to the free throw line.
The Aztecs mascot is a 1 seed in my view. We need Evan to interview that mascot. Wow.
Well, you were talking to the Cougar at practice yesterday, weren't you? Or was that the Grizzly?
Fun, lovable Grizzly.
It was the Grizzly. Okay, Montana's in our nightcap tonight.
I mean,
against
look
the Wolverines.
at, wow, talk about pageantry.
Trey Kell got them both. Speaking of Evan, what do you got?
Hey, Lev, I have a strict shirts on policy for all my interviews, so that's going to have to wait, I think. You can take that one, man.
Trying to liven things up here.
Here's a chance for the Aztecs to cut into the lead. Kell up off the window, and a foul underneath, going for the board. Kelvin Sampson does not like the call.
Might have been a little travel, a little 2-step on his initial catch. But then a lot of contact. Bodies go to the floor like bowling pins.
Cougar fans are saying, what? So was their coach. Meanwhile, at the free throw line is Cameron Rooks, big senior out of San Marcos, California, 7-1. But not a great free throw shooter. 14 out of 27 on the year. Wow. Well, that one looked good.
Charlie Huff or a Gaylord Perry with knuckleball. The rotation there. Yikes.
Phil Necro, I'm going to throw that one out at you.
Necro, a floater.
Noxie.
Ephus, pitch. Pedro Bourbon.
Poor kids at home are Googling all the stuff that you're spewing out.
That's good. A little history. No offensive board by San Diego State. They're going to get themselves to the foul line again. The possession that won't end. Watch. Wow. There's pitching coaches that would dream of having someone coming out of the bullpen that could put that type of rotation on a baseball.
Let's see if Jordan Shackle can put it up there a little better. He did. Freshman, averaging a little over 3 points a game, but seeing some early action here in the first half. He had to, actually, because Matt Mitchell went out with 3 fouls, and Shackle became his sub and got both free throws. So it's down to 3 again as we approach 3 in the first half. Pull up from 18, off the mark. Scramble for the rebound. It's going to go to the Aztecs with a chance to cut it to 1 or tie. They trailed by 8 a couple of minutes ago.
The Aztecs a bit out of sorts offensively. Lost their way, their rhythm. See if they come back on the next possession with a set.
They were down by 8, I should say, a couple of minutes ago in real time, but in game time, it was literally about 30 seconds ago.
These are all empty possessions traveling along the baseline.
Skip to my Lou there by Trey Kell.
About 5 steps.
At least. At least there were many steps. Bring it back on top to Rob Gray. He goes to work, and a floater goes. Boy, if you can hit those, you can play at the next level.
Well, the high ball screen, and again, his reads. The game slows down when you're a senior, got the maturity, the experience that Gray has.
Kell way outside, top of the key, doesn't get the 3. Kept alive, though, underneath. And who's the foul going to be? It's not going to be on Gray, I don't think, although I thought he was the closest guy. Maybe it is on him.
The high ball screen, he just gets inside of the defense. And that high lift, soft touch. A little chippy trash talking here.
Foul wasn't on Gray. It was on Armani Brooks. So that's the good news for Houston. They didn't want their star player with 3 at this stage. Malik Pope at the free throw line. 7 points here in the first half. Got 1 of 2. Gray took it all the way himself. Couldn't get it in the paint. Pass ahead. That one had too much zip on it. A little too far ahead.
Yeah, tried to catch it with one hand. Trey Kell. You want to secure this with 2 hands. So a combination of a little too much mustard, velocity on that pass, but also catch it with 2. One hand stab, dangerous.
Under 2 to go, first half. In a good one, 4-point Houston Cougar lead. In the lane, Davis is fouled, and he'll go to the line. Shackle picks up his first foul. Devin Davis, a senior out of Indianapolis, the only guy on the Houston team that has started every game this year. Coming up, AT&T at the half. Scores and highlights and the latest NCAA tournament news. It's all coming up on AT&T at the half. 1:49 from now. Devin got the second one. 1:49 remaining in a half. Timeout here with the Cougars over the Aztecs by 5. Steve Fisher, longtime coach of the Aztecs, did a remarkable job in making this a prominent basketball program. Coach looks good. His son Mark still on the staff of the Aztecs.
What Coach Fisher accomplished at San Diego State is remarkable. We know about the national championship with the Michigan Wolverines in 1989 with Emil Robinson and company, Glenn Rice. But
what did you just tell me during the break that he beat you in one of your last games?
My last game as a college basketball coach at St. John's University, first round of the NCAA tournament. It was Steve Fisher that knocked us out, and when I was let go a few weeks later from St. John's, he was the first person to call and leave a very thoughtful voicemail. He's all class.
That is a great story.
Didn't take the sting away from the loss.
Didn't make you feel that much better.
But I did appreciate the grace, the class shown by Steve Fisher.
Chris Harris with the slam for the Cougars, and they stretch the lead back to 7 as we approach a minute and a half. It's a pretty vital time right now for the Aztecs to get a good look and a good shot. Watson's going to hoist a 3. Got a decent look at it. Couldn't get it to drop. Rob Gray looks at Coach Sampson and slows it down as they bring it into the front court under a minute.
They've got an opportunity to go 2 for 1 here in terms of the clock. Get a score if it's early enough and get the ball back.
That one's early enough, but it doesn't go, and there's going to be a push-off on Harris. Well, you got the foul there, but on the other end, the sophomore out of Madison High School in Houston.
Oh, stick-to-itiveness. It's my ball. Like at the playground. Not yours, mine. And the flush.
On the other end, Malik Pope to the free throw line.
Just going
out the first one.
Going back to San Diego State and the continuity, because Brian Dutcher worked with Steve Fisher at Michigan as an assistant coach, and then coming out to San Diego, that continuity is so important. When we look at successful programs, so often that's the case.
A wasted trip to the free throw line for Malik Pope. He missed them both. Houston takes a timeout with a 7-point lead and 36 to play in the half. 36-29, 35.9. Calvin Sampson called that timeout. Last NCAA appearance for Houston was 2010 when they lost to Maryland in the first round. And the winner of this one goes on to meet whoever survives between Michigan and Montana in our nightcap. About a 10-second difference on the shot clock and the game clock. Gray.
No surprise, Brad, they're going to put it back in his hand. Let him shot make, play make.
It's going up pretty soon. It has to. From deep. Got it. Wow.
That's good coaching. Put the ball in your best player's hands. Give him the green light, the confidence.
Gives him a double-digit lead for the first time. And they're going to have that double-digit lead at halftime. You can tell why he's an all-AAC performer, that's for sure. Rob Gray. Long 3 with a shot clock winding down.
Rainbow jumper. Send it up to the clouds.
16 in the first half for Gray as we check in with Evan.
Well, Coach, we got this band here, so I'll get close. What was it about your defensive intensity and execution that turned them over 10 times in that first half?
It's our kids playing hard, being active in their pick and rolls. They hurt us a little bit by slipping the middle one, so we just started squaring up on the on ball rather than trying to dictate it one way or the other. But our kids just playing hard.
How does this pace benefit you guys in the second half? That was breakneck for most of that first half.
Yeah, well, we have to play fast. I mean, if it's a slow game, it benefits them because of their length. If it's a fast game, it benefits us.
Coach, I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
So Houston's got the halftime lead. The Aztecs went cold for the last 6:39 of the first half, and it cost them dearly. 39-29 Houston. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. We take a look at the first half stats powered by Google Cloud. Points off turnovers, a big issue right now, as 10 turnovers already, and San Diego State only averages about 11.5 a game, so that's really hurt them. And Lav, they went 6 minutes and 39 seconds at the end of the first half without a field goal. That's not going to work.
No, I mean, you look at the numbers, 2 of 10 from the three, 34% overall, and 7 of 13 from the foul line. So anemic numbers offensively. They need to get the ball inside, explore post opportunities. Along the way, draw some fouls, and then convert from the free throw line. Devin Watson, 0 of 5, needs to get it going.
So those Google Cloud first half stats, go to ncaa.com/bracket IQ for more info there. Second half just about ready to go. Evan, let's check in with you.
Well, Brad, Brian Dutcher's focus was on those 10 turnovers. Said some of them were forced, but we've got to be cleaner here in this second half. Felt like the offense generated some quality looks, missed a lot of layups, also foul trouble. A big problem with Mitchell and McDaniels.
Yeah, guys. Mitchell's got 3, and that really hurt him because that brought Jordan Shackle, who doesn't play actually that much, off the bench. He did a nice job, but Robinson picks up a quick foul, and now he's got 3. Speaking of foul trouble.
Watson at the line shooting 2.
Rob Gray runs over to talk to Kelvin Sampson on the Watson free throw, which he misses. 16 points for Rob. There's his shot chart, a little bit everywhere. Some deep threes. Not only the leading scorer, he's the leading rebounder for the Cougars. He had 5 in the half.
Watson having one of those games. First NCAA tournament game, the transfer from San Francisco who sat out steps in. It's a different animal.
Yeah.
When you get to the NCAA tournament, you have no prior experience.
He's only 1 out of 4 from the free throw line. Offensive rebound, look out. Pope over the back. Will pick up the foul. That'll be his second.
And if you're Watson, there's no easy answer. It's about digging in on defense, trying to add value, help your team, create off the bounce, maybe look to get other people involved and get back to the foul line at some point, make a couple, see it go through the net some, and then you feel better about yourself.
Big shoulder, backs up McDaniels, and Devin Davis buries it.
He made his move so quickly, no time for San Diego State to even come double team, which they prefer to do on post catches.
Here's McDaniels offensively. Those long arms, trying to get his own rebound, and got a hand on it, and did pick up a foul.
Boy, how quick was he to follow his own miss? Quick off the ground. Here you see the physical play, but he's right back like a pogo stick, back up, tipping at the ball.
Stick, the key word. He's not very big. He's tall, but he's not very big. Nice drive by Kell.
Kell is stout. Nice baseline out of bounds play, well executed by the Aztecs.
Ray backs it out. And now works his way in the paint, fade away, jumper short.
One of the few bad shots that Gray has taken tonight.
Pope's going to try 3. High arching shot. Took about 3 seconds to get there. Davis over McDaniels. Kell with a backside rebound. That Pope in the lane, knocked out of bounds. It'll still be the Aztecs ball. Stream live 24/7 highlights, scores, and news. Free across all your connected devices with CBS Sports HQ. Check it out now, CBSSportsHQ.com. 2 minutes into the second half. 6th seed Houston with a 10-point lead over the 11th seeded Aztecs of San Diego State.
See if they look at Kell one more time.
Pope on a runner. Offensive foul, got his knee up there in kind of a funny position, and he picks up his 3rd foul.
Well, the shot fake, good help defensively.
I think had he gone straight up, he'd be okay, but he got that right knee out there and nailed the defender right in the chest.
And the setup, the rotation was quick by the Cougars.
And some foul trouble right now for San Diego State. Haven't mentioned that coming in, and it just got worse. And the last couple of minutes.
So they clock. This man always has the ball in his hands, and that's why.
You could just see that one coming. You knew it was going up. It was just a matter of where he was going to take it from. 18 for Rob Gray.
And the luxury of having an outstanding playmaking, shot-making guard that's got the confidence.
They match their biggest lead again at 12.
Houston Biggs doing a nice job helping on the on-ball action and also resistance at the rim.
There's a good drive by McDaniels. The freshman's got 7. Three-pointer and reach. Let's see, last touch. It's going to still be Houston ball.
Gray lulls defenders to sleep with those crossovers. Shifty and just so efficient when you look at his game. No wasted dribbles.
Oh, what a move on the inside, but he had it blocked by Pope. Kel McDaniels trying to slam it, ran into some traffic from Devin Davis.
McDaniels quick off the ground, and Kel underhand pass. McDaniels rewarded for being aggressive, trying to play over the top, even though he didn't finish.
He's going to be something down the line, I think. 6'10" freshman. They list him at 195 pounds. I'm not sure about that, but they say he has gained weight since he arrived on campus. Remember, grab yourself a Coke. Lab just did about 5 minutes ago. Actually, somebody got it for him. Because your bracket was perfect, it just means your teams were off a little bit. McDaniels missed the second.
Houston tonight has demonstrated good judgment. Run when they have the opportunity, the numbers, the advantage, and if not, work for a good shot.
You saw that graphic, though, wasted opportunities from the free throw line. Nice move by Devin Davis as he crosses the paint.
Well, Kelvin Sampson spent a couple years in the NBA as an assistant. You can see he brought some NBA flavor with him when he came back to college. The isolations, looking at matchups they can take advantage of.
Kel draws a double team, leaves McDaniels wide open for 3. And Rob Gray with a rebound. Gets it back. He was looking for a foul. Got it off the glass. He's got 20.
Yeah, a good give and go in transition. We think about give and goes, two-man basketball on the half court, but the Cougars there in transition, sharing the basketball.
The lead is swelled to 13 now as we approach 15 to go. Rooks kept it alive with the offensive rebound. Rob Gray putting on the show here in game 1 of the nightcap. 20 for him. His 15th 20-point game of the year. Duke, thanks here. 47-34. You see the brackets in the South. Kentucky trying to hold on against Davidson. Here, Houston's got a 13-point lead, which is their biggest of the night so far. 5 minutes into the second half. Trey Kell on the inbound. And if you're just joining us, Rob Gray has 20 points. He's got the ball as he brings it into the front court for the Cougars to lead all scorers. Davis just inside the three-point line.
San Diego State 2 of 8 this second half, Brad.
They work it around the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock. Hemsley goes in and got it to drop. Let's check in with Evan.
Well, guys, so much of the NCAA tournament is about learning about a new star, a senior guard, Rob Gray. And like many, he had humble beginnings. His first 2 years spent at Howard Junior College in the middle of nowhere, West Texas. Spoke with him yesterday, and he told us that he's been waiting for this moment. He feels ready to prove to everyone that he's one of the elite guards in the country, and he's showing it through this game.
He's making me a believer. Think about it. 3 years, he's got 1,668 points in 3 years. That's top 10 in Houston all-time history, and as Evan said, wasn't here as a freshman. Today he's done just a little bit about everything. Inside, outside, rebounding, pull-up threes.
Well, the ability to maneuver off the bounce, again, goes well to his left or his right, which gives him an edge, and always has the feet organized, which means your shoulders are squared, you're getting a good release on balance. What's interesting, you look at Houston, they only have 5 assists, and it's because they do so much work in isolation, and that's that NBA flavor Kelvin Sampson has brought. Some teams, it's ball movement. You'll see them get 18, 19, 20 assists when they're having a good offensive night. Houston in this game has exploited matchups, whether it's short corner, the elbow catches, or putting the ball in Gray's hands and letting him go to work.
Got his second of 2 free throws. So 21 for Rob. Aztecs have really struggled from the floor. They've only hit 3 of their last 18 shots from the field. But they are going to get some free throws here from Malik Pope. Senior out of Sacramento is having trouble. He's missed 4 now. Watch live games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app today. Got the second. That's his first point of the second half.
The Aztecs have been in the desert, the empty possessions in the first half because of the turnovers. The missed free throws plagued them as well. Now they're 9 for 19 on the game.
Brooks from the free throw line on a fadeaway. Had to shoot it over the long arms of McDaniels, who brings it down the other way for San Diego State. No continuation. They got him before the shot. Showing his ball handling after snatching that loose ball and taking it coast to coast.
You know, Houston, if you just look at them physically, it's a stout team. Even the players that are diminutive, the guards, have a physical presence from the work in the weight room. And that's been a factor in tonight's game. And it's also part of Kelvin Sampson's approach. He's always preached the toughness, the defense, the work they're going to do in the weight room, which complements their defensive approach.
And we're going to have a foul before we even get the inbounds play. Fabian White. That's his 4th. And that puts the Aztecs in the bonus.
McDaniels at the line shooting 1-1.
Jalen McDaniels, 1 out of 2 from the stripe. Matt Mitchell's been a non-factor tonight because of foul trouble early, but he and McDaniels, one of only 3 groups of freshman duo, if you will, that score in double figures. But Mitchell a non-factor with nothing tonight, and McDaniels right now trying to go into double digits with 10, has it.
We've chronicled the struggles, the anemic shooting, San Diego State in the desert in terms of their offense. 2 of 12 from the 3, but in these recent possessions they have made an effort to attack the rim and get themselves to the foul line. So that's encouraging.
They're still hanging around in single digits at least. Down by 9, the 13-minute mark. Boy, everything runs through number 32. Sometimes you say that about post players. And That might be a foul on a three-pointer. That's why it ended up so short. Foul's going to be on Hemsley.
Well, again, the ability to draw fouls is one of the cardinal rules right there on the arm.
So 3 freebies coming up for Rob Gray. Check in with Evan.
Well, guys, you touched on it earlier, the high release point on Rob Gray's shot, and it's something that Brian Dutcher brought up to us yesterday, and I found it fascinating. He mentioned that in the Mountain West, we don't see guys that take jump shots like that, so it would affect how you get out to shooters. Maybe that's what got Hemsley there.
Good point. So, not to give a shooter an extra opportunity, but 3 from 15 would get your eye pretty keen if he hits this one.
And in particular, when you're fouling a hot hand, that's a cardinal rule. Don't foul a jump shooter. But definitely don't foul a jump shooter who's a prolific scorer and playing with confidence.
Watch this elevation that Evan was talking about. And that's being fouled. I mean, he's had a couple tonight where somebody didn't even get close to him defensively. Nice look underneath. McDaniels hits the deck, undercuts. He's going back to the free throw line again.
I like Kelvin Sampson's use of the TV timeouts as we see the drive and the attack, assault on the rim. As McDaniel steps to the free throw line, but you know, he takes Gray out when that next TV timeout is coming within 30 seconds, 15 seconds to take full advantage. That way he's not missing game time, but still refueling, recharging like an iPhone over there on the bench before he goes back in.
He did that in the first half as well. Jalen got the second one.
One of the great parts, Kelvin Sampson spending those years in the NBA, there's so many games, so many situations because the 82-game schedule plus exhibition and playoffs. And he's bringing back that increased acumen to the college game. We've seen other coaches, Pitino, Calipari, John McLeod through the years, Larry Brown. What an advantage.
Davis on a runner. Pope trying to capture that rebound, and
gotta love it.
Everybody pointing in opposite directions. Ball is the Aztecs. And Trey Kell draws a foul. Just under 12 minutes remaining in the ball game. Houston still with a double-digit lead.
Well, Houston with point-blank range, going to work down low. The short game, high percentage shots, what we call the zero-footers. Gray, impressive.
Doesn't matter if it's the guards or the guys inside. They have powered their way to 14 points in the paint, and that's really helped the cause for them tonight.
Well, San Diego State's become more aggressive as well in terms of attacking the cup. 5 of 10 from the free throw line, but at least they're getting themselves there, not settling for long-range jump shots.
Cal will hit double figures if he hits this. And remember, Evan said earlier, since he came back from an injury, they haven't lost 9 straight, which is tied with Michigan for the 5th longest streak in the nation, behind Gonzaga and Murray State and San Diego State, or South Dakota State, I should say, and Loyola Chicago. Only one of those teams didn't extend that streak tonight.
Well, San Diego State now 7 of 12 in the second half. So they're trying to generate points, close the deficit by attacking the cup.
They need a stop on the other end and then some kind of offensive boost, a good shot, a 3. They haven't had a 3 in the second half. In fact, we haven't had a 3 in the second half from either team.
No, bit of a lid on the rim for the Aztecs.
You saw that last loss was back the second week of February.
Well, Devin Watson's performance was emblematic of their struggles tonight.
Well, there they got the stop. Now let's see what they do on the offensive end.
Keep attacking the rim. 0 of 9. Their last 9 threes have not gone down.
Kell, tough shot. Was there a push underneath? It was. A blocking foul on Devin Davis. Trying to box out to get the rebound around McDaniels. Picks up the foul. They got lucky. That's a bailout because that wasn't a good shot.
That's why Kelvin Sampson giving the officials an earful.
McDaniels 4 of 6 from the free throw line for his 11 points. Well, he keeps standing there. It's going to get better. It's down to 8 now.
Well, you chip away. And their aggressiveness has led to free throw attempts, and now they're starting to make them. Earlier, the misses were haunting them.
Here comes a little pressure now in the backcourt as well. They got the stop the last time and got 2 points out of it. Can they do it again? Kentucky, we understand, survived Davidson. Hook shot is short. They got back-to-back stops. Did the Aztecs? Down 7. McDaniels, the crossover, goes to the rack and draws another foul from Davis. So the freshman trying to carry San Diego State here in the last few minutes.
I like it. Just keep putting the hammer to rock. The little crossover.
That's 4 fouls on Davis.
Davis got him low.
He's hit 5 of his last 6, 6 of his last 7. Jalen McDaniels, as Davis comes out with those 4, replaced by Fabian White, who's playing with 4 as well. So a little bit of foul issues for Houston, despite the fact they've got the lead and have had it for a long time.
Well, this has been the equivalent of the run game in football as we see Gray quickly advance the ball up the floor.
Hey, this lead was 13 at one point. It's down to 5. And still a lot of ball left. Gray on the baseline. Tough shot.
Wow.
26 for Rob Gray. He can hit it from everywhere, can't he?
Well, and that's a tough angle, too, where you're behind the backboard along the baseline. He made it look easy. His confidence, the decisiveness in his shooting stroke.
Pope got the ball to drop. That's his first field goal of the second half. He's got 10. That's 9 straight games of double digits. 10 minutes remaining second half. Davis on a runner. Not a great shot, but it's kept alive by his teammate out on the baseline, and then he's fouled by Kell.
Two-possession game. Aztecs need a stand here defensively, Brad.
Brady comes out after tracking down that rebound. Urizana comes back in for him.
Good shot there, Gray orchestrating even from out of bounds.
Still 9:52 to go. 5-point game. Game summary right now. San Diego State's cut a 13-point deficit down to 5. You say, how are they doing it? They're just chipping away, and for the most part, it's Jalen McDaniels at the free throw line. They haven't done anything spectacular. They've only got 4 field goals in the second half, but he's kept them alive from the line.
Well, basketball, much like life, is about making adjustments, using some ingenuity or resourcefulness, as we see another great top knot.
The man bun look that number 32 has made famous in Houston.
We're going to see more of those with the level he's playing at.
I'd like to see you in one of those. I think you look good in that.
Dangerous.
Here he is dribbling through traffic. Leaves it out for Brooks for 3. In, out. Who's going to get the rebound? Houston. And they go straight back up with it. I don't know about that. Aztecs. Cougars are leaving the door open here for San Diego State. McDaniels just couldn't quite get that one to drop on the break.
Boy, he is bouncy, McDaniels. Running both ways.
Yeah.
You could see the gazelle.
9 minutes remaining now in regulation.
Right back into Gray's hands.
And it's going up. Had to with the shot clock expiring, but the Aztecs get the rebound. Kell will pull it down in some traffic.
See if they go right back to their short yardage situation, the short game, attacking the cup.
Oh, they're going to try a long ball.
No,
Hasn't been their game in this half.
No, 0 for their last 10 now, Brad, from the three-point line.
Here's what Lab was talking about. 10 straight misses outside the arc. Gray, pull up, had it blocked, got it back, and then had it stripped again. Nice job by Hemsley to stay with him twice. McDaniels fade away on the baseline. Strong, but that's twice now that he's been in relatively close and couldn't score. And Calvin Sampson wants a timeout. We'll take it with him. 7:54 remaining. We still have 7:54 to go in this one, but the red hot and Big Ten champion Michigan Wolverines in our nightcap tonight here from Wichita. Brad Nessler, Steve Loudon, Evan Washburn, and our crew. This one's been an up and down performance. We had a lot of lead changes in the first half. San Diego State has somehow found a way to get this back to a 2-possession game. But this guy's been sensational, number 32. And he's going up and under and fouled by Hemsley.
It gets the angle, has the speed, the change of pace, can accelerate, and as a result, get himself to the rim and draw fouls.
That's our 37th foul call in the game.
Well, it's interesting how adjustments are made and it can change the complexion of a game. Brian Dutcher with his Aztec team struggling offensively, so he started to just attack the rim, kind of made it ugly, mucked it up, so to speak, with offensive putbacks, getting on the glass, driving the ball, posting up players, and it's turned into a rock fight. What early was a fluid game offensively is now turned into a grinder, kind of moved the chains. Packers and Bears, Soldier Field, Lombardi.
28 for Gray. Kell found an avenue and puts it home.
Well, nice change of pace. Kind of lulled Gray to sleep, stood him up, and then blows by for the easy deuce.
Gray again inside. He's going back to the free throw line.
Well, Kell here is working off the high ball screen, surveys the floor, and sees the lane, no help, why not? Blows by Gray.
McDaniels picked up the foul, that's his third. Rob Gray has hit his last 6 free throws in a row. I didn't do it, he did. 26-point game though, came in averaging 18.5 to lead the Cougars in scoring. There's the free throw story. They haven't missed many. He's missed 3, but he's been camped out there most of the game. Didn't miss that one. 6-point game, 7 to play. Open the lane, short arm that one, but tracked down his own miss. Now he finds McDaniels underneath for the easy one.
Boy, good look. The bigs playing in tandem.
And McDaniels picks up a foul. They don't want him to have any more foul trouble. That's 4, or is it only 3?
Malik Pope off the bounce. Draws 2 defenders, really a crowd of 3 Cougars in that area of the floor.
Jalen McDaniels now, he's looking over at the sideline as if to say, Coach, what do I do? Do I keep playing at the fast pace that I am? He's got 4 fouls, but there's a miss. And he had his hands on the rebound and lost it. Oh, every possession is key, and Jalen McDaniels just couldn't find the handle on that one.
Got to pull it in. Vice grip hands. See if San Diego State shows more of a crowd like 8 in the box in football on Gray.
Well, they had just enough in the box in the person of Pope. Ahead to Kell. Watson back in there, hasn't been in there for a while. The dish underneath, and Pope missed a slam.
Oh, good jump stop and give up by Watson. Pope not able to pay it off. But that's an example of Watson doing something productive after being on the bench for 5 or 6 minutes. Got to find a way to help his team win when your shot's not going.
He did get fouled, though. Fabian White will foul out at the 6:13 mark. Malik Pope cleared by the NCAA after being held out 1 game. He was part of the dozens of players linked to alleged payments and other benefits from agents, but San Diego State did their due diligence with an internal investigation, and after 1 game, he was cleared by the NCAA to come back in. And here he is with an opportunity to make it a 1-possession. Well, it is a 1-possession game, but he could have made it a 2-point game. Six minutes to go. Houston by 3.
One of the few possessions that Gray hasn't gotten a touch yet. Going to use him as a decoy.
He's not going to get one. And they don't get the shot, and this time the ball's knocked out of the hands of McDaniels, but last touched by the Cougars.
Boy, physical play on the interior.
That was Zana that knocked it away from McDaniels' hands. See if San Diego State can make it a 1-pointer or tie it up on this trip. There's Mitchell back in the lineup. He spent most of the game on the bench with foul trouble.
They're making a concerted effort to get a piece of the paint one way or the other off the bounce here by Watson. Yeah, not the shot you want, forced it. Smallest player on the floor going against the biggest defender on the floor, and you shoot an air ball, that's one you got to kick. If you get 2-3 defenders on you, you've done your job. Find the open man, spray the ball, or pocket pass to a teammate.
As good as Devin has been this year, he's forced a lot tonight, and it hasn't paid off. And a 3 ball goes for Gray. Boy, had somebody right in his grill.
What a swing. Chance to cut it to 1 or tie it. Now it goes to 6 on that 3-pointer.
32 for Rob Gray. Kell from the free throw line, short, and Gray's got the rebound. He might end up leading the team in scoring and rebounding. That's where he was at halftime. He's certainly going to lead it in scoring with 32. Long step trying to get it out on the baseline to Davis.
Interesting. Thought he was going to reverse it.
2 officials talk it over. Kelly Pfeiffer and Larry Spalding wanted to get it straight.
I think he was confused on who had the ball. He thought Watson had possession of the ball.
That was one quick release over Trey Kell. Wow, good shot.
Well, again, it's the tight handles and the footwork that allow him to create separation, that window, the daylight, to get those shots off. That's from hundreds of hours working on your own in the gym, mastering your footwork.
Mitchell dribble into some traffic. Got to get out of the lane. McDaniels, 10 on the shot clock. Mitchell, best drive of the day for him, and the only score for him. But it was a big one at the 4-minute mark to make it a 4-point game.
Keep thinking Gray is going to get worn down, but Coach Sampson's done a nice job of utilizing those long timeouts to get him some rest. Interesting, using him as a decoy away from the ball to stretch the defense now, taking it out of his hands.
And the foul is underneath. 3:36 to go. Houston by 4. On that last play and that last foul, you're going to see McDaniels and Pope both go up, and at the end of it, McDaniels points at him basically and says, "It's on him, not me." And it was on Pope, but had it been on McDaniels, it would have been his 5th foul, and he'd be gone. So the officials went over to the scorer's table, took a look at the replay. They left it the way they called it. Malik Pope picks up his 4th. McDaniels likewise has 4. As you look at the game reset, with 3:36 to play in a 4-point game.
On the break for Houston, because I didn't even see a foul. Up top, clearly none. Didn't look like there was any below either. A lot of branches.
Houston probably doesn't want Nurazana at the free throw line. He seemed distracted. He buries it anyway. He's only a 47% free throw shooter. Let's check in with Evan.
Well, guys, Brian Dutcher in that last huddle on the offensive side, specific action to try and get the ball inside. But his point was, if it's not there, we can't force it. We don't have to get all these points at once. And then on the defensive side, he wants them to help to Rob Guay quicker. Try and get in the lane, step in and take a charge, because he's beating that first man off the dribble with ease.
Zana came in 20 of 43 from the free throw line. You wouldn't think he'd be a guy that the Cougars would be happy having there. Yeah, he got 1 of 2 though.
Watson doing a lot of talking too, trying to distract the shooter at the free throw line. He's got to focus in here and help his team win a game, make good decisions.
Daniels and Mitchell out there, 2 freshmen in crunch time, but they've been starters most of the year, both averaging in double figures. Mitchell's got to kick it out. Will Watson make a good decision? Got it to number 5, and a blocking foul.
And a good decision.
Good. McDaniels back to the line.
As you mentioned, Watson there, because he gives the ball up after drawing a crowd. Now McDaniels will step to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
He's 8 of 10 from the line, which is right on his average, basically 79% for the year. If they somehow come back and win this game, they're going to have to hang the win on number 5, Jalen McDaniels, because everybody else has not done that much.
Well, they've crawled back in it because of points in the paint, 26 to 14, and then their free throws. But both of those numbers indicate an attitude of just blocking and tackling and putting it down low in the paint.
4-point game with 3 to go. Gray lost the handle, but he was bumped by Kell. And so Rob Gray's going back to the free throw line.
Here's Gray again, just finding an angle or a seam, and see him using his body, even his arms, to protect the ball from the defender, and picks up a foul along the way.
Gray had missed 2 of his last 3 until he knocks that one down. 33 points. Might be getting tired of shooting. That's my missed a couple.
Can of corn all night long.
And he buries both of them. 34 for Gray. And that is his 6th 30-point plus game, and adding to it as he goes here of the year, including a career high, which he's approaching right now. Watson almost stripped in the lane. Got 1 to go.
First field goal. Came to a good jump stop, slammed on the brakes.
Gray picks up his dribble. Oh, and he goes through a double team. Had the shot blocked off the window, looking for a foul. Didn't get the call. Kell ahead. Dangerous pass to McDaniels, who lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, poor decision. Too much traffic. Empty possession as a result. We see the block.
And on the other end, trying to jam it down there to McDaniels. And while he might have been bumped a little bit by Galen Robinson, still not a smart pass underneath. 2 minutes remaining. Regulation.
Costly empty possession. No secret here.
Gray up under. Rebound comes off to the Aztecs. 2-possession game.
And no rush. Get a good look.
Watson That was one of his better drives. Didn't drop for him, but the foul is on Houston.
Here's the drive. He's hoping to get the foul. Bodies tumble like bowling pins. Seen that a few times.
That foul's on Devin Watson. That should be his 5th, I think. So the second Cougar has fouled out following Fabian White. Now it's Devin Davis. Fouls out with 1:35 to go. And Mitchell, 3 points have all come in the last couple minutes. Scoreless in the first half. Foul trouble really early. Got 3 quick ones.
And now interesting to see if Kelvin Sampson chooses on this possession to use.
One possession game with 90 seconds left.
Going to get a timeout.
Yep.
Is he going to use Gray as a decoy or put it in his hands? I think it's going to be put in his hands.
I would too. Brian Dutcher's huddle. I'm sure he's saying number 32 has hurt us tonight, and he's probably going to get the ball in his hand.
Well, yeah, defensively, you want to show a crowd. He should see 2 or 3 Aztec jerseys facing him on his catches, like 8 in the box with a great running back. And then Kelvin Sampson has to decide, does he go right to Gray now, or does he let him work off the ball some before getting a catch? It appears they're going to go right to him as Gray tries to create a lead to get this inbounds pass.
Keep in mind there's 22 on the shot clock as they call that timeout once they cross midcourt.
So he's going to give it up, I'd imagine, get it right back as he does. High ball screen.
Guarded by Kell. He's going up with a shot because Kell slipped, but he missed the 3. And the rebound's McDaniels. One possession game, 110. Lob underneath the poke. Back out. Watson's going to try a 3 from way out, and he got it. Tie game. Hadn't really played well the entire game, but boy, did he hit a big shot there. Now it's Gray time. He's going straight up over Kell, and he got it. Career high tying 37.
How about the punch and the counter punch?
Watson will try heat check, and he got it. Whoa! Tied at 65. Everybody in this arena on their feet right now. 20 seconds left in regulation. The man of the hour, Rob Gray, with 37 points, is going to take the final shot if he can get it over Kell.
Got to show a crowd if he puts it on the deck.
5 to shoot. Crossover. Up, under, and in! 1.1 left. Timeout, Aztecs. Rob Gray, a new career high. 39 points.
And no crowd defensively by the Aztecs. They're so stretched out defensively, which allows Gray to get to the basket, split defenders. His ability to maneuver as good as any in college basketball, the dipsy-do, scooparoo, to put the Cougars up 2.
That all rhymed pretty well. You talk about rhyming. This guy's got it working.
We talked about it at the outset, the courage, the bravery to take the big shots, the crunch time performer. Just a bit surprised. It was a difficult maneuver, but there wasn't that crowd when you know you've got another player they're going to go through. Why not show more help defense?
And all that rhyming that Lab was talking about, here is poetry in motion. Up, off the window, career high. He's got 23 of the Cougars' 28 second half points.
Well, now it's a length of the court scenario.
Yeah, this is like fishing for sport. This is catch and release right now. 1.1 remaining.
See, the Cougars not electing to put someone on the ball. Oh, they are. Here it comes. It's going to say.
Chris Harris trots down there now. All 6'10" of him.
You want to get the hands high and be ready to run the base.
It's Mitchell to inbound. 1.1 left. There's the football pass. The shot's away. Off the mark by Kell. It would have tied it. And Houston wins it. 67-65 in a thriller.
Well,
he got it away just in time.
Can't get a better look in that situation. An accurate pass on the money in a crowd.
But there's no Christian Laettner at the end of that shot. Great inbounds pass. Trey Kell with a shot to tie, and the disappointment of the fact that it didn't go. Neither of these teams have played overtime this year. We almost had one right there.
Well, San Diego State, valiant effort. The way they battled back, having a cold shooting night from the perimeter until late when Watson knocks some down. But at the end of it, Gray once again with the heroics in late game situations.
27th win for the Houston Cougars by the hair on their Cougar chins by 2. Winning coach Kelvin Sampson and the star player are with Evan right now.
Well, Coach, you just said your heart's pounding right now. I can't imagine. What impressed you most about how your guys handled what was kind of a slugfest and then just turned wild there in the final minute?
Well, it's hard to beat a team when they're shooting free throws every possession. We just kept putting them on the free throw line. That's a really good offensive team. Brian had a good plan. The Kell kids good in pick and roll. Their length hurt us. But, you know, we got the lead and it became counter-punching. You know, Rob stepped up and made the big three. Then, obviously, we're going to put the ball in his hands at the end, and he came through tonight.
Well, I wanted to talk about that moment. No timeout. What does that say about the trust you have in Rob that he's going to make the play you need?
If I called timeout, I was going to run exactly that. We know we were going to put in space. The only thing different, we didn't bring a ball screen. Because I didn't want to bring a ball screen to impede his direction to the rim, but give him all the credit. He made the play.
Kelvin, I know you've got another game ahead of you, but this moment for what you've done for this program, you didn't rebuild it as you put it, you built it.
Yeah.
What's this mean to you?
I'm just appreciative of Mac Rhodes was the AD when I got there. Mac Rhodes did a great job of making sure that development center was built. Renew Couture, our president, made sure that we had the resources to go out and recruit kids like this and put us in position to succeed. So Tillman Fertitta, Renew Couture, Mac Rhodes, those guys were there at the beginning. And then Hunter Yurachek did a great job. I give our administration a lot of credit, man. Coaches win games, but administrations win championships.
Coach, congrats. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you.
Rob, come on in here.
Yes,
we spoke yesterday, and you said you've been waiting for this for a long time. 2 years at junior college, having to wait to get to this tournament. You made a statement on this stage. Take me through what's going through your mind in the final moments when you know the ball's in your hand.
Well, I missed so many free throws that I was like, I got to get this back for my teammates, for the city, for the alumni, and everyone that's just affiliated with our program. At the end, as I was dribbling the clock out, I was just trying to stay composed and just think back to all the days where I was watching March Madness. I'm from North Carolina, watching the Tar Heels, and I was just like, this is what I live for. And to be a senior, to get University of Houston the first tournament win since 1984, it really feels great. And it's just really, like Coach Sampson said, up to our administration, all credit to them for investing in us and believing in us.
Rob, it was a lot of fun to watch. Congrats. Enjoy this one.
Yeah, thank you so much. Feels good to survive and advance.
Hey, Rob, you only missed 4 free throws. Not that many. But 39 points, and it could have been a tie game had this shot by Trey Kell gone at the buzzer. Just a little off center. And with that, Houston advances as we take a look at the bracket. They're in the second game on Saturday against the winner of our nightcap between Michigan and Montana. No gray area tonight. Rob Gray, 39 points, 8 rebounds. and his team advances, as he said, 67-65 the winner. Tournament games continue now on CBS, TNT, and True TV. Coming up here on TBS, Montana and Michigan after we take a quick break. We'll send it to our studio for the Capital One Tournament Central after these messages.